Hey guys, I'm Brandon Woolum, and today we are checking in with our friends for King and Country. How are you guys?
We are back. We're back from our. It's funny, Brandon. Everyone always says, "Oh, we've taken a year off touring," and everyone forgets the touring bit. And like, "Oh, you guys have been taking a year off," and we're proud to say, yes, in some levels we've been pouring in, and we've been at home, and we've been with family. But we're also equally proud to say we have been creating, which is going to be part of our conversation today. So, in some ways, you could say we're back.
But to you, you haven't went away. So, I mean, literally just a few minutes ago, you announced the new single, World on Fire, featuring Taylor Hill, the first single of this return. People are going to hear it on October 3rd. Go ahead, tell us a little bit of what we're going to expect when we get this song.
Yeah, well, a famous preacher that I've always looked up to, John Wesley. If you don't know who he is, look him up. He says, "People don't come to watch me preach; they come to watch me burn." And when I heard that statement, I was reminded of a song that we all grew up singing, which was "This Little Light of Mine, I'm gonna let it shine." And it's obviously cute and it's cool, but when we started to write the song that you're about to hear in the coming days and weeks, so hopefully, I started asking myself the question, and us, as we've aged, do we change the lyric, or do we still say "this little light," or should we be saying, "Hey, this explosion of light that's coming from who I am, I'm gonna let it shine"? And I think that's the hope of this song, is that it challenges us. It can maybe it convicts, but hopefully it's kind of a party at the same time, where we ask ourselves, this light, are we putting it up on the hill? We how bright is the light? How bright is the flicker that's going on in our souls? And so that's the kind of the heartbeat behind this song.
Yeah, usually fire symbolizes chaos, but it sounds like you guys redefined it a little bit as joy. How do you encourage believers to live with that kind of passion amidst all these global changes we experience day to day?
Someone said to me, I'd rather be ashes than dust. It's like, let's burn for something. Let us not just dissolve, because that is this life. This life isn't, someone said, if you don't have anything to live for, then you'll fall for anything. And so I love this idea of, yeah, what is fire? Fire is all consuming. Yes, fire can be destructive, but a fire that is burning bright can also be beautiful and mesmerized, and can change things around it, can warm people, can light up the world. And so many references throughout the Bible about being this, as Luke said, don't put your light under a bushel, don't be a city on a hill, be the light of the world. And we sort of took that literally and said, okay, there's a lot of chaos in the world, like you said, Brandon. But what if sort of this little light of each of ours could burn, and our lives be the loudest megaphone? Not what we say on social media, not what people say about us, not our political opinions, opinions of someone else or opinions of ourselves. What if our opinion of who God is and the greatness of God could actually be the thing that ignites the flame? And I feel like we're seeing that in 2025 in our time, and we're really proud to be able to put sort of a soundtrack to what people are feeling.
Yeah, how did this break, at least break that we know of, break from tour buses and being out there on the road, affect the songwriting process now that you guys were able to sit down for several months without the stresses of being elevated 300 feet above a stage on a rig?
300 feet.
Yeah, I like that's real literal, right? He's a truth speaker. So we've never done it. And I think one of the things, after you've done, probably any career for a while, you do start trying to change it up a little bit. Like, well, if this has always produced that, if I change this mechanism, what does it create? And for us, we've been touring, our entire life. We always usually take January off from doing very, very little. But right comes February, and in the past, you're stepping into another tour, you're preparing for another tour. And I'll never forget, earlier this year, feeling the detox of the road. I would come to a weekend and I'd feel this, oh, here comes nothing, here comes nothing. And I wouldn't leave. And it actually took me 3 months for that feeling to kind of dissipate, that I'm not waking up to just prepare for something else that's coming just a few days away. And so when it comes to making music, we've never made music this way. It's always been in the middle of touring, in the back of tour buses, and there's an appeal to that. There is actually an energy that can come from doing those types of things. But we've done that, and we've done that for a lot of records. So this was an idea of, well, what if we just, our full-time job, almost 9 to 5, wake up in the morning, go to the studio, and let's see what happens. And so hopefully it's something that people have never really heard before. Hopefully it keeps the tent poles of who we are as FK&C stay the same, but there's these little branches out into different sounds and different worlds and different thoughts. And I think that's the hope of this, obviously, new music, and then for what comes in the future.
Yeah, World on Fire featuring Taylor Hill, going to be the first song we get to hear from this new era of For King and Country. What else can you tell us about what to expect once we get the full album on down the road?
Yeah, I love. We've affectionately called it For King and Country 2.0. So we hope we live up to our own standard here. But look, there's new music, there's more music, there's more film projects that we can't quite speak of yet. But what we can speak of is this song, the music video that we shot down in the Dominican Republic, which we're so excited for people to see. I think that will really ignite the sort of put visuals to what people will feel sonically when they hear it. I also am really thrilled to say that we are hitting the road for Christmas with the Drummer Boy Christmas 2025, doing some theaters around the United States. And then lastly, and I don't know if I should announce this or can announce this or not, but we are releasing a documentary through Amazon and the Wonder Project called For FK&C's No Turning Back. And if you saw Unsung Hero, which kind of chronicled our parents' journey to the United States and our sister Rebecca and James' rise into music, then the documentary is sort of a follow-on from that. It sort of picks up at the infancy of Luke's and my partnership and all of the fumbling and the chaos and the struggle and the sickness and all the things we faced along the way that would really forge and form what would become For FK&C. And so that releases on the 23rd of November. But aside from that, man, it's all things World on Fire right now. And that's kind of the beginning and the middle and the end of the sentence.
Yeah, we got Taylor Hill on this first song. I'm sure there are more collabs to come in For FK&C 2.0. Can you give us at least some genre previews of what we can expect of who these collabs are going to be in?
I like that you're digging.
Yeah. I think when it comes, we won't go into what the future collaborations are, but I will say, when it comes to the sonics, one of the things that we kind of brainstormed and the vision behind the new music was what does FK&C and world beats sound like? What does FK&C and world sounds sound like? And so obviously you're going to have to hear some tastes quite a lot of it. It's going to be almost a meal of that with the World on Fire. But even as the album formulates and as new music continues, you're going to start to hear that phrase of world beats and world sounds with FK&C defined a little bit more.
Yeah, Drummer Boy Christmas starts in December. When will we start seeing those additional 2026 dates pop up?
Your guess is as good as mine.
There'll be something. There'll be stuff coming, but there'll be a time and a place. There's a time and place for everything, as Ecclesiastes says, and as there is with tour dates.
Yeah, as the time off, giving you a chance to brainstorm even bigger stage ideas that you're going to take to your team, and they're going to tell you, "Whoa, we can't do that."
And our modus operandi, Brandon, is you always have to start with the creative and not the logistics. So let's just start with what could this look like, and then we'll sort of peel back the onion to figure out what's logistically possible. And I will say this: one thing we are excited about hitting the road again is we really had some fun discoveries on our last FK&C live tour with these 9 pods that moved through the air. And as you said, which might be a slight exaggeration, 300 feet in the air. And we're eager to sort of both on the Christmas tour this year and then coming into 2026, bring that to life once again and maybe even capitalize on it a bit. So we're always, the moment we stop dreaming might be the moment that FK&C needs to pass the baton to someone else. So we're still dreaming big. And it might not just be national, it might be some level international as well. So we'll see.
Yeah, I love it. Be on the lookout for those tour dates. And while you wait, go ahead, stream the new song. It'll be out there October 3rd. There's a few little previews on the socials now if you want to hit FK&C socials up. World on Fire featuring Taylor Hill everywhere, October 3rd. Good seeing you guys.
All right, thanks for the time,
You
man.
too, Brandoni.